What's for supper at your house tonight? At our house, it's Tuscan Skillet chicken in our brand new 12-inch stainless steel pan. Guys, I'm so excited about this pan. First of all, she's a beauty, isn't she? I mean, look at this gorgeousness happening here. Love the two handles, love no rivets, and it's bright and shiny. And yes, it's new because this is new as of August 1st. Available to hosts and guests, so anyone is able to get this new stainless steel skillet. No non-stick surfaces, so for some of you, I know that's super important, so I wanted to point that out. Right now, I have this heating up on medium-low, and we're gonna do the water dance test, okay? So you don't want it, you want it to be warm when you start. You don't want the water to evaporate, you just want it to kind of dance. So, okay, here it is. And I wonder if you could see that. Probably not, but let me get a little bit more water so that you can see it. You don't want it to just evaporate, you want it to dance, okay? So here we go. And the bubbles just dance around. Now we know we're ready to go. All right, so having said that, then you want to use a high point oil, and this I use avocado oil. So we're just going to put in, it says to use a tablespoon. I kind of measure with my heart. We have a tablespoon, and we're going to heat that up as the recipe says. Now, if you know me, you know I'm a recipe girl, so I do have the recipe printed out, and it is on our website, and if you need it, just hit me up. I would love to hear, and I do want you to drop in the comments what you're making for supper tonight. So we're heating the oil in the large pan, and this is about 2 to 3 minutes, okay? So it's just kind of heating up. Burke, what's that called? High smoke point. High smoke point. That's what it's called. All right. Yes, my sous chef is in in the living room. Yeah.
Not suing tonight.
Not suing. Okay, we've got a hot pan now. We've got this heating up. I've already got, it calls for 1.5 pounds of either chicken breast or thighs. We are dark meat, and I love thighs. So I've got our thighs all prepped and ready to go, and they're gonna go in the skillet here in just another minute. And what we're gonna do is just brown them on both sides. I've already seasoned them. It says to do it with pepper and salt. So I used our crushed peppercorn and garlic, because I like that better than pepper. And then I do have our Himalayan sea salt that I just have sitting here, ready to go. So I think this pan is ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my chicken in. And you can hear the sizzle. Oh, I love a good sizzle. I wish we had smell-o-vision because already it's smelling so good. All right. Oh, that's good. Now, our tendency is to want to just keep checking on the meat that we have in here, whether it's steak, burgers, chicken, whatever your skillet has in it that night, but we just want to leave it sit, okay? We just want it to kind of get that seared portion on it. When it's ready, it will lift. So we've got this, and we're going to sear this for 3 to 5 minutes on each side, or until it's golden brown, and then we're going to remove it from the pan. Ooh. It's already lifting. All right. Already lifting. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Ooh, that golden brown color. Can you see that on there? Beautiful. Now see, this one is not lifting, so I'm gonna let him sit a little bit longer. Some people ask, do the handles get hot? They do get a little bit warm to me, so I do have my microwave grip handy. If you're watching this in the month of August, as of August 31st or when supplies run out, these are going away. So you might want to grab your microwave grips when you can. I find them to be very helpful when I'm working with pans like this. So just to put them there and make sure that you don't have it too hot for your hands. And you know, I'm kind of careful about my hand right now. So let me see if this guy, okay, he was ready then. So now we're just doing the same. We're letting it go on this side. I might flip this guy again. Or maybe I didn't flip him yet. Could be. I follow mine to touch the pan. Right. I'm grabbing out a new flexible cutting mat and setting it to the side because we are going to take the chicken out and let it rest once it has been seared on both sides. Remember that searing your chicken doesn't mean that it's cooked all the way through. It is not ready to eat. And you want your chicken to reach a temperature of 165 degrees. And we will temp it before the recipe is completed. Oh, this is looking so good. I need to flip over though. When this is browning or searing, what it is creating on the bottom is called fond. And that is a delicious part. So don't just dump that out. Don't just wash that away. We're going to put a little bit of chicken broth in here shortly, and we're going to mix it up. And it is going to create a wonderful, almost like pan sauce type of a thing. But it won't be super thick. I'm looking for browning. Getting there. If you feel like you need to move your chicken around in the pan, you sure can. I have a gas range, so I'm pretty even heating, but maybe you have an electric. And sometimes those coils go on and off, and you may not get the heat that you want. So I would just suggest moving your pan around if that's the case. If that doesn't happen to you, that's great. Don't worry about it. The chicken is brown on both sides, so now I'm going to remove the chicken and just place it on the flexible cutting mat to rest. Remember, the chicken is not done. It's not ready to eat. We haven't temped it yet to 165. It's just coming off the heat at the moment. All right. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add the tomatoes. These are actually tomatoes from our own garden, so we're pretty excited to use these. And we're going to add them to the pan. We're going to let them go for about 2 or 3 minutes until they're blistered. You can put, if you don't love tomatoes, because some people don't, you can leave them out. Make a recipe your own. You know what I love about putting tomatoes in a pan? How bright red they get. We eat with our eyes first, so you want color in your dishes. You guys see that fond in here? The brown bits, can you see that? We're going to use all of that good stuff. Ooh, these are looking so pretty. The heat is making them even more red. All right, the next step is to take your 1 cup of chicken broth, and you can also use water. At this point, I should turn on my vent because, of course, my husband would have told me that a while ago. And we're gonna pour in this cream. Now you could use milk as well, but I just like the taste of a heavy whipping cream. So I pour that in. And because I don't like to waste any of it, I'm gonna grab one of our scrapers and get all of that goodness into my pan. And then you just wanna kind of whisk it all together. I'm just getting it started here. All right. And we do have a silicone whisk that we have. However, ours is packed away. So I'm going to be using this stainless steel whisk, and I'm going to use it gently because although it is okay to use a stainless steel tool in a stainless steel pan, you don't want it, you saw how pretty it was. I kind of want to keep it that way. So I'm just very gently going to do this. The reason I'm doing this is to loosen the brown bits that I was talking about earlier from the pan. So we can get all that flavor into this sauce. So very gently. Now if you had the silicone whisk, you could go to town with this. No worries. But I'm just taking it easy. The next step is to put the meal mix in and bring it to a boil. So what I'm going to be using tonight is our Tuscan-style herb chicken meal mix. And again, if you're in August watching this, you can purchase a meal mix for your family. We have 8 different ones. When you purchase one, Pampered Chef is donating another to Feeding America. So when you're feeding your family, you can really feel good about feeding another family as well with our meal mixes. So let's go ahead and pour that in. This is where all the goodness is, guys. All the spices that another recipe might call for are already in here. And when you look at the package, and then I'm just gonna, again, gently whisk it in. When you look at the package, it says, get the flavors of Tuscany right in your own kitchen. You can add this to roast, soup, stews, sauces, veggies, and more. So there's a lot of uses for the meal mixes, or this meal mix anyway. This is gluten-free, by the way. Ooh, this looks so good. And just whisking in that meal mix. Okay, what's the next step? It says to bring it to a boil, and it's already boiling. So now we're gonna reduce the heat to a low. All right, easy to do. And return the chicken and any juices to the pan. All right. Suppose if I had to put this on a plate, maybe that's where the juices would be. I do have some on the mat, and I can absolutely put those back in the pan. Alrighty. Those back in there. Looking good. Seen a little few bits there yet. I can stir in some more. Oh, this is so pretty. Never knew I could make pretty food. When I was asked about perhaps giving Pampered Chef a try as a consultant, I said, well, it's not very intuitive of that, because that's counterintuitive is what I mean, you know, because I don't cook. My kids were lucky if they had frozen pizza, fish sticks, chicken nuggets on a stone from Pampered Chef. That's what I'd gotten so far, but I thought that they're pretty lucky if they get that. But something like this, my kids now say to me, Mom, why didn't you cook like this when we were home? And I said, well, I didn't know how. But Pampered Chef, I would say that's one of the big benefits that I've gained from being a consultant, is just the ability to cook. We're gonna add the spinach over the chicken and cover with the lid. Oh, I forgot one thing. Garlic. Garlic really isn't in this recipe, but in our house, garlic belongs in everything but dessert. So now I'm gonna put in a little garlic and stir that in. You guys should be impressed. This is a strength exercise. Hey, Chad, if you're watching, look at me. He's working on that for me with my wrist. And this is garlic from my good friend, Christy Grimm. She grows it in her garden. Thanks, Christy. Has this little brush so you don't even have to touch the garlic with our garlic press. I call it the Barbie brush. If it goes missing, look for it in Barbie's accessories, because it does look exactly like a Barbie brush. All right, so I'm gonna just stir that in a little better. It's real easy again. All right. Okay, now the spinach I have in our stainless steel colander, and I'm just gonna put it in. It will wilt down, so when we put the lid on, not to worry. It's gonna go. Did wash it off. There we go. Look at that. Look at how pretty. And this stainless steel colander, I love our stainless steel colanders. They have this on the bottom, so when you put it in the sink, it's not touching the sink bottom. And look at those cute little spoons all around. Has the silicone handle, so it's easy to pick up on the both sides. And guys, these are also on the drop list as of August 31st or while supplies last. So if you need a colander, a really great colander, pick yours up. Again, that's August. Okay, now we just put the lid on. This stainless steel pan does come with a lid, and we're just gonna leave that on low for about, it says simmer, so it's not simmering, so I'm gonna bump it up a little bit to one and a half-ish there. And then we are gonna flip the chicken about halfway through the cooking. So Alexa, set a timer for 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
And then we'll flip it, and then we are gonna serve this on a bed of pasta, or you could do mashed potatoes, you could do rice, whatever works for you. So, all right, now we're just gonna let it cook. We're gonna be having our meal over fettuccine noodles. They're my favorite. I love the thickness of them. And I am boiling the water in our Brilliance stock pot. So that's on as this finishes up, and we should be just about right. Now I like to add a little bit of salt to my boiling water, or to water that's boiling, setting to boil. And I also like to add a little EVOO, extra virgin olive oil, to the pan as well, to keep it from sticking. One thing about chicken broth is you always want to date it, because you don't want to leave it in the refrigerator more than 7 to 10 days. Otherwise it could grow bacteria. So if you're going to not use the whole thing, then go ahead and date it so you know when you used it. Okay, it's time to flip the chicken. A little trouble with this hand. So there we go. It's like, find the chicken. And this sauce is looking great. I'm going to bump up the heat just a little bit more because it doesn't seem to be simmering. And our spinach is wilting nicely. All right, now we're simmering. I can see it better. The spinach was there, and now it's wilted down, so I can see that we're doing really well with our simmering of our sauce, and it's looking like perfection, you guys. It's looking so good. Now, you might have noticed that I had our cherry tomatoes in this beautiful dishware. Pampered Chef is celebrating their 45th anniversary, and they have come out with dinnerware that is now accessible to hosts exclusively in the month of August. And I'm telling you guys, we had the opportunity as consultants to earn this, and I earned our sets. And look at this, such a pretty pattern. And here's something really cool. No two are the same. They're all different. And I love the color of it. I love the speckles. They're kind of a cream gray. They are dishwasher safe. So if you're looking for dinnerware, please let me know. I would love to help you get this beautiful dinnerware. You can get either a 4 or 8 piece setting exclusively as a host in the month of August. I love a clear lid, guys. You can look right in there and see what's happening. So fun. I'm using our silicone pasta knife to put the pasta down into the Brilliance stock pot. Now, I love our silicone tools. We have quite a number of them. And so, but they are also leaving the line as of August 31st or while supplies last. So grab yours now. I'm going to be using our instant read food thermometer to test the chicken and make sure it's at the proper temperature. On here, there are reminders for you for chicken, turkey, beef, lamb, fish, pork, and it also has a bottle opener, so kind of multi-purpose. Also comes with a probe, so you can put the probe in here, and then just you can put the probe into the meat and even extend it out through the oven door. This has a magnet, so it can stick to most ovens and refrigerators, things like that, so it's easy, handy access. So let's see what we've got for our chicken. Oh yes, we are way done. So we're gonna stop this process. Yep, we're all done. It's way over 165, so we're ready. I'm gonna turn it off. Or actually I'm just gonna leave it on low so I can keep it warmed. Pasta's boiling, and we'll be able to show you the finished product just shortly. All right, the pasta's all done. I'm having fettuccine. I'm gonna take our nylon pasta fork, and again, have to show off this dinnerware. Look at these pretty, this isn't even the bowl. This is like, well, I call it my pasta bowl. So we love pasta here. So I'm going to take the pasta, put it in here, kind of twirl it around, make it look a little bit fancy. Because, you know, it's Friday night. We're not going out. We're creating our own meal right here. So why not make it look a little fancy, right? And twist it. There we go. I know, not the best twisting action. Then I'm going to take the lid off here. I'm going to take out the piece of chicken. Put it over the pasta. I'm going to grab a little bit of the sauce. Put that over this sauce and then over the sauce, over the chicken and over the noodles. I'm gonna grab a few more little tomatoes. Oh my. Okay guys, what do you think? Tuscan Chicken Skillet. Have a great night everyone, or afternoon whenever you're watching this.